Okay, so let's get our our sausage and our beef all started up here. Use my sanitizing wipes after touching that meat. Okay, we get that browning off, and let's get the vegetables started. Oh, listen to that sizzle. I like the yellow bell pepper. They taste about the same as the green, but they look pretty. Get that in there, get my flavors going. These are called our aromatics. So I'll get these celeries washed off. I like to use about 3 sticks of celery for my lasagna. And I do like the inner ones. They seem to have a younger, fresher flavor. Okay. Yeah, I am missing the tips of both fingers. Still hasn't slowed me down. Get that all buried in there. Oop, don't want that. Doesn't have as much flavor as you'd think. Tastes more like cardboard. Okay. And we're going to let that simmer down. And then we'll start on the mushrooms and the other vegetables. Well, the mushrooms. And get them marinated off and steamed up and ready to go in the big pot. So, now we wait. That is from Halloween.
Let me see that.
For Halloween, I just let my hair grow out. Did you ever see The Shining with Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
Remember where he goes through the door and he said, "Here's Daddy." If I let my hair grow out, that's what I look like. It's hilarious.
I thought he says, "Here's Johnny."
Oh, here's Johnny, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I look like. I didn't bring a spatula because I wasn't planning on actually cooking this. So Thursday I plan on doing the chicken cordon bleu. Just refuse to compromise. Mushrooms are going to go in the sauce as opposed to the meat. So I'm just going to set them off to the side here.
Smells amazing.
It is coming off perfect. And while that is rendering down, we're going to go ahead and get our feta salad started up. That way we can get it resting, get the flavors to commingle. So this is a very simple salad that my family just absolutely loves, especially while we're out camping, because it's easy to make and quite delicious. I like to leave a little bit of skin on for texture, as well as flavor, fiber, and it looks pretty. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can make this salad. I like the little cherry tomatoes, but I do like to cut them in half. That way we can get some of the stuff that's in them out. Now the size of the slice that you make, that's going to be entirely up to you. I do like a thinner slice, but I also like to cut them in half. That way they're more bite friendly.
I use the tip of my finger to decide how thick I'm going to make my cut. And I keep my tip of my finger pointed down. That way I don't catch it with the blade. I've made this dinner salad. It's really something great. Let it set for a couple of days, let it set for a couple of hours. This is the tedious part. Smell-o-vision would be wonderful right now. Get this rendered down all the way. Then we'll transfer it over to our big pot. There we go. And back to slicing tomatoes. Gonna have to make a pretty good sized salad because I know a lot of my coworkers violent. You don't feed them, oh, they do terrible things to you. I usually use a Walla Walla sweet onion for this, just simply because I like to say Walla Walla sweet onion, but also because it does have a nice sweeter flavor.
Why do you do that?
This is like pre-juicing a lemon. Get the juices all suspended, get the fibers broke down. And then all you gotta do is cut a little valve in it. And it keeps most of the seeds in the container. Now, a quick and cheap and easy way to do this, Italian dressing. You get your acidic from the vinegar and oil and the flavor and everything. But I prefer to do it the traditional way, which is lemon juice and olive oil. The olive oil is going to give you a nice creamy texture.
Can I see that oil?
Just extra virgin olive oil.
Nice.
And then a little bit of oregano. That looks about right. Give it a nice toss. Make sure everything is coated with that lemon and olive oil. And then some feta cheese. I think that might be the right amount. Give it another nice toss, get that cheese blended in there.
Who taught you this?
I saw it online one time and I went, ooh, I gotta make that. So I'll throw this in the refrigerator. This is, the Allegro's got a nice residential style refrigerator instead of a propane refrigerator, much bigger, much more like we're used to at home. Okay, let's take a look. Oh my goodness. This is coming out really beautiful. Okay.
Did you put oil in there before you put the meat in?
I did not. All the oil and everything that you're seeing in here is just from the meats. No butter, no oil. Just let the... I went with a fairly lean beef because I'm cooking with pork and beef. Get that signature flavor that my family absolutely loves. I've got 3 sons and they do love lasagna. Who doesn't? I use about 5 different kinds of cheese in my lasagna. Simply because I just don't think that you can ever have enough cheese. So I've got my mushrooms in here. We're going to get this pan warming up. Our bread dough looks like it's rising nicely. And while the butter's melting and sauteing off those mushrooms, I'm going to add a little bit of my Italian seasoning. It's just a generic Italian seasoning. And it's, you know, the generic Italian seasoning is a good Italian seasoning because it's, you know, it's pretty base ready. I like to add to that. I like to add a little extra oregano. I just like the flavor of oregano. You'll have to figure out what you like. And of course, our garlic salt. That works. Of course, clean as you go. Makes everything so much easier at the end of the day.
Smelling good.
Ooh. I may not be able to do another video when my wife sees that I'm using one of her better pans with a metal spatula. So we just won't let her watch this one.
Oh no.
These are cooking up really nice. It's actually a diamond pan, so I'm not supposed to be able to hurt it. Those are looking beautiful. Now we're going to start. I like to just ladle it in here. That way I'm keeping the oils in my pan. I don't like to put the oil down the drain. That's really hard on our RV plumbing. It builds up in the plumbing. So I try to reduce the amount of fats that I put down that sink. It's just going to build up in my tank, which is going to cause my probes to not read correctly if I still have a coach with probes. The newer ones are using more of a sonic technology. I do like that. I also want to get all the little stuff off the bottom where all that flavor is sitting. Get that thing off to the back now. This is where we start to add all the stuff that's going to make this wonderful. And then, of course, our canned tomatoes make it nice and simple. I'm going to use 1 can of tomato sauce and 2 cans of Italian-style diced tomatoes. Once those whole tomatoes, those little cherry tomatoes, once they break down a little bit, this is going to get a little wetter, which is wonderful. One of the things I don't do is I do not pre-boil my noodles. I put them in dry. I cover it up. And that's going to hold that moisture in. It's going to liquefy my noodles. Not liquefy, but get them moist, get them flexible, and have them absorb the flavor. So at this point, we're just going to kind of let everything think about what it's done, and we'll come back and assemble this, throw everything in the oven. I'm just going to bust down these little whole tomatoes that I put in here, the little cherry tomatoes, full of flavor. Ooh, whoa. See? That's why I usually wear my coat.
I want to see that in slow-mo.
Okay, there we go. Oh, it's beautiful. Get some texture in there. Okay.
Can you say these names out loud?
So, I've got low moisture mozzarella. I got a cheddar jack of cheddar and Monterey Jack. Then I have the Italian cheese blend, which is Parmesan, mozzarella, provolone. Then I have my regular Parmesan, freshly grated, and then my ricotta. I love the ricotta in there. It's going to add a nice depth of flavor. So, like I said, I don't like to pre-boil my noodles. I like to put them in dry and let them suck up all that moisture. Get the noodle to actually taste like the lasagna. Okay. So, let's go ahead and build us some lasagna. Get it in the oven, and we can get the rest of the stuff started.
You put that in first?
A little bit down first. That's going to give us something that the noodles can set on. Just a nice thin layer. And then some cheese. Since I'm going to be sticking my hand in that cheese, yes, we're going to be re-sanitizing. Some a little blend. I'm thinking we're going to need about 2 pounds of cheese for this. And you'll see I'm going to be doing a layer of the cheese. That way I get a nice flavor balance as well as color. And I love my mozzarella cheese. A little Parmesan. The ricotta is a very soft cheese, so just put a little bit of drops all over the place. My mom used to do this with egg, Parmesan, and cottage cheese. The inexpensive way. Nice little layer of noodle.
And then you start all over?
and then we build another layer. Just repeat the same exact stuff. Ooh. Yeah, really. I should get like a hero award for doing this. I'm diabetic, so I can't eat these noodles. So I don't get any of this.
There aren't any noodles that you can eat?
I can usually do this with like a carbonara noodle, which is a high fiber, protein or vegetable based noodle. But I'm doing this for my coworkers and you guys out there. So I thought I'd use just the nice simple noodle.
How many layers do you build?
So I'm going to do about 3 layers. And we'll finish it with cheese and a little bit of sauce, ideally, on the top. I don't know if the lasagna is good or it just tastes good because it's got so much cheese, but either way I'm okay with that as long as people like it. And you know, this is one of those things I can make this up and just cover it up with aluminum foil and put it in the freezer and then take it out, thaw it, and toss it in the oven. I went 4 noodles that time. And I like to do them a little bit of a crisscross pattern. That way we do get a nice consistent layer of noodle, meat, cheese. I know you're going to get enough cheese, but I'm going to take this right up to full. And you'll notice that it's a pretty gosh darn wet mixture. That's so those noodles can absorb a bunch of flavor. So.
No cheese on that one?
Oh, thank you. I almost forgot the cheese. What a sin. Save a little bit of the cheese for the top layer. Okay. We remember this one. That juiciness spread all over these. Looks like about the perfect amount of sauce. Somehow I did that right on camera where people can actually see. I'm just so amazed. That just never happens, let alone on camera. gonna save my cheddar jack for the very last cheese to put down because it has color. And right now we've got a lot of bland coloring here. So, a lot of white. And the white cheese here is just absolutely making that point home there. And then this is going to give me that little topping color. Doesn't take much. So we've already got our oven preheated, 350 degrees. So now I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil. Get a nice good seal on here. Oops. The better the seal, the more the moisture is going to stay in. And then for the last 20 minutes of cooking, we'll take that aluminum foil off. This oven's preheated, just about 350 degrees. Just like your regular oven, except that you have to light the pilot light, which I did a long time ago. We're going to put that in. We're going to let that go for about 45 minutes. About 35 minutes. Take the aluminum foil off, 15-20 minutes, let it dehydrate, brown off a little bit, sprinkle a little extra cheese on top. And while that's baking, clean as you go. Now I'm going to do my cleanup. We've got our convection microwave, and this is where we're going to be baking our bread. Okay, so this is one of those devices that people get a little intimidated by, and I love to show you just how easy this is. I haven't read the directions on this one. I haven't played with it at all. So let's go ahead and just do it. We're going to go convection preheat. Oh, we got to hit clock. I'm going to go clear. There we go. We're going to go preheat oven, and we're going to go 6, and we're going to go start. And now we're preheating the oven. Ta-da! It's going to go to 350 degrees. And then as soon as it gets up to temp, we're going to toss our bread in there. Let's peek and see how our lasagna is doing. Looks like a bunch of aluminum foil. Okay, so it still is aluminum foil. Yay! Everything is going as it should. Nothing's melted. So here's our bread. Look at that. Beautiful loaf of bread, fully risen. Take that off. So we're going to sprinkle a little bit of seasoning across the top of the bread. Just a little. Look at that. That's going to be beautiful. Now that our convection microwave is up to temp, we're going to hit clear. Open this up. That. Press convection. Select temp, number 6. Hit start. Oh, cooking time. I'm sorry. 20 minutes. And then start. There we go. So in 20 minutes, our bread will be done. So we've got our oven in the convection microwave. It's time to take the aluminum foil off of our lasagna.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think this is going to work. We'll have to throw this one out and start over. Put that back in. I'm going to turn it up just about 10 degrees. Set that off to the side because I'm going to use that aluminum foil again when I transport this inside and let my co-workers have at it.
So why do you take the tin foil off?
So now I want to dehydrate the lasagna. Remember, we left a lot of liquid in there for our noodles, hoping the noodles would absorb a lot of that flavor. And now I wanna get the excess liquid out, cook it off. I want to get some golden brown toasting, caramelizing on top of that lasagna, just to make it look pretty. Let's take a look. Oh, that is coming along quite nicely. Oh, it's set up very well. Looks like it's got about 7.5 minutes to go. Our bread. One nice thing about the convection microwave is you get to see all sides of the bread. Look at that. Okay, turn around. I want to see the other side. Oh yeah, you're looking gorgeous there. Yeah, a couple more minutes. We're good to go. Okay, so our lasagna should be ready. It's been going for about 45 minutes. Oh yeah, one-handed. Look at that. Oh, that's about 25 pounds of lasagna. I'm telling you what. So there we go. Beautiful lasagna. Gonna let it just kind of set and start to cool down a little bit and get that thick, gooey juiciness all commingled together. And we got about 20 seconds left on the bread. Oh, you should see it. It's golden brown. You know, I can take it out right now. It's got like 7 seconds left, but then I'd have to push another button and clear it and do all this kind of stuff. So I'll just wait for the timer to go ahead and click off. Okay, we got bread. Oh yeah. Okay. How's that for an RV dinner? Beautiful lasagna, garlic topped bread, and a feta salad. I'm RWoodruff here in beautiful Junction City, Oregon. Get to work for a great company, BISH'S RV. Today we're cooking in a Tiffin Allegro gas rig. And gosh, I hope you enjoyed this. I know my coworkers are really going to enjoy it. It's not something I can eat, but it's something that they can. Thank you.
I'm still flipping.
Lunch is ready.
I'm gonna send you